Hi, I'm Deborah, and I'm making this video today to talk about the meditation challenge that I have begun. I am actually currently on day 6 of my meditation challenge, and I wanted to talk about why I felt it was important to do this, to give myself a challenge to meditate more regularly and more intentionally. I am a long-time meditator. I've been meditating for decades. I discovered it as a teenager. One of my teachers in high school encouraged us to meditate. Nothing sectarian, no religious overtones. She just encouraged us to meditate. And we would sometimes have group meditations in class. And it was just space to think and to clear our minds and to not think when that was what was happening. And I went on to study Zen and Zazen types of meditation. I went on to study Theravada Buddhism, and I have studied Vipassana and been to the 10-day silent retreat, which was amazing. I highly recommend getting away from everything and just meditating. It's amazing. But what I found recently is that my meditation practice has been inconsistent. And with that, I have found that my spiritual growth has been inconsistent. You see, I'm a big believer in Keystone habits. So this is the idea that, there's certain habits that are Keystone habits that if you do this one thing, you're more likely to do all these other things that you want to do. And exercise is one of my Keystone habits. But beyond just the tangible things, I know that having a spiritual life and spirituality is what gives life meaning. As far as I can tell, it's the only way to live a truly purposeful, fulfilled, joyful life, that you can experience and enjoy that peace and joy and fulfillment regardless of what's happening around you, where it's not dependent on success or accolades or material possessions. It's a spiritual life that does that for you. And when I think of my spiritual life, the keystone habit of my spiritual life is meditation. Meditation is transformation, as my partner said to me the other day, because he's so wise. The idea is that when you sit down to meditate, you are a certain way, you feel a certain thing, you have certain emotions, ideas, a certain energy. And if you allow yourself to really be in the peace of meditation, then when you get up from that meditation, you are a different person. You are transformed. And what else can do that for you? You don't have to take anything. You don't have to go anywhere special. You only have to be with yourself. Be in peace. The idea is to not look for external stimulation and gratification, and instead to simply be. I think that's the hardest part of meditation for people. We're also always looking for something to stimulate us, something to watch, something to read, something to do. And it feels really hard sometimes to just sit still and make 20 minutes to do nothing in such a busy and hurried world. It feels like an indulgence at times. And maybe there are times when I have felt like I didn't even deserve it. Like, how could I sit here and do nothing for 20 minutes when I have so much to do, so much I want to accomplish? But meditation is a gift that you can give yourself that no one else can. And it bears such benefits, such fruit. So one of the reasons I am so motivated to give myself a meditation challenge is because I know the benefits of meditation. And so I want to consistently enjoy them. So I need to consistently meditate and be very intentional about it. So I have decided to enter into this 30-day meditation challenge to allow myself to be more consistent in my meditation. And, one of the things for me that happens with meditation is, from the time I was meditating since I was a teenager, I would enter this space that I call the void. It's a space where there is nothing. And I recognize that for some people, a space where there is nothing is scary. It is dark because it's a void. But for me, it's like being enveloped in peace. And when I enter that space, when I allow myself, it sometimes feels like I'm pushing out the world, the thoughts, all the things that want to encroach on my energy and my mental state. And I close my eyes and I feel I can center into this peace of the void, this beautiful peace of the darkness, the stillness, and it's peace. And then I go into it and I expand it, slowly pushing everything out, pushing out the world around me, the thoughts, the sounds, the things. And I create this bubble of the void that I can enjoy. So, and in that void, for me, what happens is I receive answers to questions that I've had. I receive solutions to problems I've been pondering. I certainly feel peace. The most peace that I'll feel in my day is that peace that I experience in the void of meditation. And it really, when I allow myself to be in the space long enough, that peace evolves into true bliss. So it's not just peace because nothing's bothering me. It becomes bliss and joy. Just so elated. It's a space for me where gratitude comes in. Where in the space that I create, where I'm not thinking about everything I need to do, and I'm just giving space, I can see so clearly what there is to be grateful for, how much there is to be grateful for. The other reason I love meditation is it's also a space for me where my guides can come in, where I can invite in messages from God, from my guides, from beings that want to support me for my highest good. And I'll often set that intention to welcome them in and allow myself to be open to receive the messages they have to share, the guidance they have to give me. And this meditation is like, it's like nourishment for my soul. And I need more and more of it. And so I'm really trying to feed my soul when I meditate. So I've embarked on this 30-day meditation challenge for myself. I'm 6 days in. And I missed one day already. And it was because I didn't plan for it. I had a day where my whole routine was thrown off because right now I've been doing my meditation at the end of the day because I don't feel like I'm in a rush. I can give it a lot of time and space. And so on that particular day, my whole routine was off. And I managed to do some nighttime meditation before I went to bed. So I guess I didn't really miss a day, but it wasn't of the same quality and the amount of time that I would give it on the other days. And that's because I was going to sleep. So I kind of meditated myself to sleep, which is not a bad thing. It's actually a really great thing. It's how I fall asleep most of the time. But I couldn't give as much space to the meditation as I wanted. So, and with the kind of mental clarity that I can have if I do it when I'm more alert, and then I can get more out of it. But it's still, so I guess I didn't miss a day, but it just wasn't with the same kind of intention that I really want to bring to it. So that's one of the things I'm learning so far is, just like exercise, eating right, like all the things that we do for self-care. If you actually want to meditate every day, you need to have a plan. When are you going to do this? How is it going to happen? You can't just expect for the moment to meditate, it's just going to show up. No, it's something that we have to make time for. And I think for me, it was about making time on a day when things were kind of unusual or it wasn't my usual routine. So that's something I'm aware of now. And, the other thing I want to say about my meditation challenge is I'm not putting any restrictions on how I meditate. I've done all kinds of meditation, visualizations, very focused awareness, focusing on a mantra, a phrase, an object, a visualization. And those are all fantastic. And I've also kind of my default is open awareness because I feel like sometimes I feel like in life there's our minds are always busy, they're always occupied, and so there's always a focus on something, something to do, something to solve, something to think about. It's kind of how our minds are, our monkey minds are naturally inclined. And for me, open awareness means that my mind can take a break. That I don't have to focus, that I can actually relax. And for me, there's an expansion that comes with that relaxation. You can have expansive experiences when you're very focused in meditating, definitely, because you enter these other states and all different kinds of energy and visions come in. But I think often what my soul needs is the space to just be, for open awareness, to just be and not be goal oriented or trying to focus on something specific during the meditation. So I'm kind of giving myself free rein, which is like what I like to do, with my meditation challenge, to experiment with different types of meditation, kind of revisit some forms of meditation I haven't revisited in a while. Like for instance, the other day my mind was really busy. I had a hard time calming my mind for meditation. So I resorted to Vipassana. I started by just focusing on my breath and the sensations in my body. And it was so helpful. It was what I needed in that moment because I couldn't really quiet my mind enough in that moment for the open awareness. And I needed to focus on something, but I didn't want to focus on a particular visualization, and I'm not sure I felt like I could. But the breath, my body, these are very grounding, and these are always with us. And so it was really nice to be able to draw on my Vipassana training and experience and use it in that moment. So I'm looking forward to exploring and revisiting different forms of meditation during this 30-day challenge so that I can, I think it's to have all these different types of meditation available to you really gives you these different tools in your toolbox. I'm not in the same mood every day. I'm not in the same energy. I need different things every day, different amounts of rest and or different food or whatever it is. And so for me, I don't like to get locked in to any one kind of thing. I want to be able to check in with myself and decide what I need and give it to myself. And so that's what I'm going to do with this meditation challenge. I'm really excited to see the changes that will occur, because I know they will. And I've been journaling every day about it to notice what is happening for me. And certainly I've had visions. I've had some amazing, different awarenesses come up, and I'll talk more about those at another time. But it's just such a beautiful healing space. That's the other thing that can happen in meditation, healing. I had memories of things from years ago come up that I hadn't thought about in a long time. Memories of people, including people that I thought that had hurt me. But I was able to look at them in a different way during the meditation. And I wasn't even trying to think of them, but the empty space of meditation allowed some things to come up, to be cleared, to be witnessed and released. And that was fantastic and so healing. So I'm really excited about this meditation challenge. Obviously, I plan to extend my meditation beyond 30 days, but this is a very focused period of time for me to experiment and to really tune in with intention to creating the space of meditation and to giving myself what I need. And I look forward to doing another challenge in the future, a group challenge where those of you who want to increase evolve your practice, intensify your practice, recommit to your practice, and we can do it all together and to support each other, because there's definitely something special about group energy when people have a similar intention. So that's what I want to share today. I have begun. I am 6 days into my meditation challenge, and it's pretty awesome. And I invite you to take a look at what you need spiritually in your life to give yourself what you need for peace, for joy, for bliss. And that's it. Take care.